Don't forget to click the link in the description box below to join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. Let's ride. Yo guys, what up, man, guys? We're here for another Euro 2020 squad analysis, and I think this is an interesting one, and I think when we talk about the dark horses, obviously we know about the favorites, the guys who we think, well, we're going to win, and then the dark horses, and this name keeps on coming up, which is Turkey. So guys, remember, man, click the link below in the description box to join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. The deadline is June 11th to join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League, man. So, Turkey, Turkey are a team that many people think could do something really interesting. I think it was Euro 2012 where they reached the semis, where they beat Croatia, I think, in the quarters.
2008.
Sorry, 08. It was 08, yeah. Well, I think they scored like in the second half of extra time after Croatia had scored. It was crazy. So, but something just tells me that, hence why I'm so looking forward to the Turkey-Italy game. Because I feel like if that game are full of outsiders, but something just tells me that there's going to be an open Euros. I think there are going to be a lot of shocks. I don't think that's, we could just assume the so-called big things will go through. And I do think that there could be a path for Turkey to shock a lot of people. So helping me with this is Mr. Onurcan, who is Turkish, and he's going to obviously help me break down all of the guys. So obviously I've got the squad, but before we look at the squad, what we always do is general thoughts. So coming into this right now, Turkey are a team who've obviously done well at qualifications and so forth. Do you share this belief that Turkey could actually be really impressive at these Euros, or are you cautiously optimistic? I mean, what are your general vibes and thoughts for Turkey coming into this?
Yeah, I mean, HH, you're not the only one that sees us as dark horses. I think everyone's sort of dark horse pick recently has been Turkey, and because we beat France 2-0, we beat Netherlands quite impressively, and going into to our Euro 2020 qualifying campaign, I mean, we only finished 2 points behind France. We only conceded 3 goals in 10 matches. We kept 8 clean sheets in 10 matches, and we actually didn't concede a goal from open play. And that's with France in our group. When we beat France 2-0, for example, they didn't have a shot on target with the likes of Mbappe, Pogba, Giroud, and that ilk of play on the team. And yeah, I'm definitely cautiously optimistic because in the last 2-3 years, we haven't lost to a quote-unquote sort of big elite team.
Wait, and also, so am I right that Fatih Terim is the manager now?
No, so it's, that's an interesting point as well. It's actually Şenol Güneş, and Şenol Güneş is the guy that took us to 3rd place in 2002.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's the same manager. It's actually the same manager. So we're not coming in on the back of sort of just like a quirky sort of hipster pick. We've got players and managers to back up. They've been there and done that. And as I said, we definitely come in with very impressive. Especially this year, we've got a core of players that have sort of defied the odds to win leagues. I mean, if you look at Lille's team that won Liga, 3 of their starting 11 are in this Turkish team. We've got Burak Yilmaz, you've got Zeki Çelik at right back, and Yusuf Yazıcı. So these players it's not only the fans and people, these players will be coming into this tournament thinking, why can't we do this? We've already done this.
Okay. So look, man. I think that's because because I remember also, man, because I think also was crazy, because because again, look, man, I think anytime that Nigeria gets knocked out, I always have to root for the African team. So it was funny because, and it just shows you how crap school is. And this is why I hate school so much. During that Senegal-Turkey game, I was forced to play cricket.
Oh, man.
So I had to listen to the game on radio. So I couldn't actually watch the game. So obviously, Turkey ended up winning 1-0. And Turkey, they did really well because didn't they come third?
They came third, yeah. They came.
And I think they won.
Just lost to Brazil 2-1 because of R9, really. And when R9 turns out, what can you do? But I thought we were the better team on that day, actually.
Oh, no. Yeah. And speaking of that, here's my thing. So I think Turkey came third. And I think then they scored the fastest ever goal.
Yeah, Hakan Şükür.
Yeah. So, and my thing about this is that, you see, when people say, "Oh my gosh, Brazil are amazing. How can I give credit to Ronaldo scoring from Brazil?" That's people who don't watch the game. When you watched the games,
yeah.
Germany played better than Brazil in the final.
Yeah.
Turkey played better than Brazil in that semi. So Ronaldo had to somehow individually drag in because Turkey were the better team. They were the better team. So, Okay, let's get down to it, man. So, we're going to just break this up into keepers, defenders, midfielders, and forwards. So first of all, let's look at the keepers. If I mess up with the names, please correct me. So, Altai, Bayindia, Ugurcan, Chakir, and Mert Günok.
Yeah. So with our keepers, we've sort of produced in the last few years. We've come through with quite a talented group of keepers. I mean, Uğurcan Çakır will be our starting keeper. He's been linked with the likes of Lille, Dortmund, and Inter Milan recently for 20 or 30 million. He has the potential to be one of the best keepers Turkey's ever had. And if we're gonna have a good tournament, he needs to have a good tournament as well. And he's been playing brilliant for us recently. Just a quick overview. Turkey actually coming into the tournament with the youngest squad, average age of 24.6. This is in contrast to Belgium, whose squad age is 29. So we're coming in with a very youthful and hungry and passionate team. We've left out the likes of Arda Turan, for example, who you probably know of.
Oh yeah. Barcelona.
He's only like 32 now. He's not very old, but we've left him out. We've gone for a younger generation to build for the future, and we've sort of been rewarded with how we're playing now.
But the thing though is obviously, I always like things to be a meritocracy.
Yes.
And I think it's always good if you have a young guy building for forward. But doing things that someone like Turan, that experience can just sort of help somebody who has really been in the game and sort of knows how to sort of manage a high pressure, high stakes match that Turkey could be in. Do you think that it's useful to have an experienced guy in there like that, or?
Yeah, no, definitely that point is valid. But with the likes of Arda Turan, I think especially in international football, you need to sort of have a lot of discipline and professionalism before quality. And I think, unfortunately, in Arda Turan's case, it's quality before anything else. And I think the way we play, especially, I think we'll go into that a bit later. For the way we play, I don't think Arda Turan is useful for us at all. And I think with a core of sort of hard-working players, I don't want it to come across as though we've just got a bunch of running players that are just going to work hard for 90 minutes. We've got quality as well. But I think as a baseline, you need hard work and professionalism first. And that's what Turkey suffered with over the last decade. I mean, we've always had talent. We've always had a good bunch of individual players. But as a team, apart from 2002, this is the best Turkish team I've seen in my life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
So let's now look at the defenders now. We now have Kan Ayhan, Çeki Çelik, Meria Demiral, who obviously I know, Ozan Kabak, Umut Meraş, Mert Muldur, Çağlar Soyuncu, obviously who I know, and of course Rıdvan Yilmaz. So obviously I think the guys, I obviously know Demiral, I obviously know Soyuncu, obviously know Kabak and so forth. So would you say, what would you say that's really the best in terms of just quality, the best defender there is Soyuncu?
Yes, I would say that, yes. Yeah. So I'll give you our back four that are going to start. It's going to be Zeki Çelik at right back. He's been sort of touted in the papers with like the likes of Arsenal, and he was part of the Lille team that obviously won the title this year. So
I don't know. I actually know. Just give me a chance to general review, because after this we'll do the formation. So you'll give me the formation afterwards. So just give me just general review of the defender, then we'll then do where you'll place the guys in the formation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Soyuncu, I mean, as you said, he's quality-wise, he's probably the best centre back. Very close to him is Mehmet Demiral. For Turkey, it's sort of been a relative golden generation of centre backs coming through. I mean, over the last decade, we've always had a very poor defence. That's always been our sort of Achilles heel. But sort of at once, we produced sort of 3 or 4 very good centre backs that we can rotate in and out. Yeah, Ozan Kabak for Liverpool. He's not had the best year per se, and he won't be starting. It will be Mehmet Demiral and Çağlar Soyuncu. Kan Ayhan, who plays for Sassuolo. I mean, very good centre back as well. Our weakest point is probably left back. We've got Rıdvan Yilmaz and Umut Meraş. Now, Umut Meraş plays in the second league of France. He's a steady fullback. He's not particularly good at anything. He's not particularly bad at anything. He's just a steady fullback. So if we're gonna get exploited, it will be from our left hand side.
All right, midfielders, man. So we've got Thailand, Antalyalu, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, very good, very good. Halin, please go to help me with that. Dervişoğlu,
Dervişoğlu,
Dervişoğlu, Irfan Khan, Kavechi, Orkun Kokchu, Abdulkadir, Omur, Durukan, Togosh, Ozan Tufan, and Okay Yokoshlu. So, the only guy I know there is, of course, Çalhanoğlu, but these are a lot of new names. So, what names should really people be really looking out for in that midfield?
Yeah. So I think sort of Turkey's unsung hero will be Okay Yokoshlu, who plays for Celta Vigo, but he's been on loan at West Brom since January, and he's been very, very impressive for them in terms of a lot of West Brom fans attribute their sort of upturn in form towards the last end of the season to Okay Yokoshlu. He's a 6'4" defensive midfielder. He'll very good on the ball. Physically, he's a big presence in that midfield as well. We've also got Orkun Kokcu at Feyenoord, 19-year-old. He was in the Eredivisie Team of the Year. He won't be starting because of how our midfield makeup is, but coming off the bench, if we're looking to create chances, he's definitely something that someone should to look out for. Yeah, 100%.
Now, and we have the forwards. So we've got Kerem Aktürkoğlu.
Aktürkoğlu.
Oh, okay. Kenan Karaman, Enes Unal, Cengiz Under, Yusuf Yazici, and of course Burak Yilmaz. And again, I think obviously the name, obviously I know Under, obviously, and Yilmaz, obviously everyone knows, helped Lille to the title. Any other forwards you think could maybe surprise people, that could be like a surprise hits from the ones that people may not know?
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, the biggest sort of surprise will be Kenan Karaman. He plays in the second league of Germany. His quality might not be as good as the likes of Cengiz Under, but in our system and the way we play, he's brilliant. I mean, he will start. Of course, we're not going into that, but he will start for us, and ultimately, he'll run like a dog. He's like Frank Lampard's Mason Mount. He's the equivalent. But that's what he is. He will run.
You always need those guys. Same thing with what's it called, Olic for Croatia. You need those workhorses. You need those workhorses.
Yeah, exactly. Like Giroud for Deschamps. He's that kind of player. He'll run for and rightfully so. I mean, he's been brilliant for us. He'll run like a dog, and really interestingly, he's utilized on whatever side the opposition's biggest attacking fullback is. So if, for example, against Italy, just going into it, Florenzi, he'll be on our left wing and he will track Florenzi for 90 minutes straight. He's 6'3", so I don't know how he runs that much, but he's really good. And I think Kenan Karaman, he's a free agent actually at the moment, but he will definitely be picked up after this tournament. I assure you of that.
Wow, okay. So let's now look at the formation now then. So let me bring that up. Okay, boom. So looking at the formation here, man. So who is going to be in goal?
It's going to be Uğurcan Çakır.
So how do you spell that?
Çakir.
Okay. And it's a back four?
It's a back four, yes, correct. So at left back will be Meraş, Meras. And it'll be Soyuncu, Soyuncu. Yep. Demirel will be on the other side. Oh, at centre back, yep. And it'll be Çelik, Celik. And it'll actually be a 4-1-4-1. So if you put a DM in there, yeah.
4-1. So how?
So if you move, next to the, like that, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, so it could be like this.
Yeah, I mean, the two centre mids, I think you move them a bit deeper, a bit closer to the, yep, exactly, yeah. That's how it will be.
Oh, okay. Yep. So
at DM, it will be Yokushlu. It will be YOKUSLU. On our left is going to be Karaman, KARAMAN. Yep. And then it's going to be Çalhanoğlu, CALHANGOOLU. Yes, correct. And then it will be Tufan, Tufan. Yeah. And on our right side, it will be Cengiz Under, Under. And up front, it will be Yilmaz, Yilmaz.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yes.
So explain to me like the approach here.
Yeah. So, I mean, Turkey historically, I mean, I think you referred to 2008 previously. That was, it's memorable for how we got to the semis. But when you look a bit, if you delve a bit deeper into the tactics, it was a bit of a sort of just go and do what you can. And this team it cannot be more contrasting. I think we're defensively so solid, we're disciplined. We're gonna cede possession to the opposition, whoever it is. Italy will have the most of the ball in that game, and we'll just look to sit. We'll look to minimize the space between our defense and midfield, so no one can get onto it there. And we'll invite crosses into the box with Demo and Soyuncu in there. We'll look to head that out, and we'll look to break effectively on the counter. I think our best game for this was Netherlands, where we sort of after 45 minutes they were finished. We had, I think, 4 shots and we were 3-0 up. But we will look to break effectively, and Çalhanoğlu will be so important in that. It's his job to sort of pick up the ball and feed it to Yilmaz or feed it into Cengiz Under in the spaces. And ultimately, Yokuslu and Tufan are just there to provide the energy in midfield.
So obviously, Çalhanoğlu will obviously be the one breaking and trying to come to Yilmaz.
Yeah. He'll be breaking and link up with Yilmaz, and ultimately it's going to be. I'll liken it to Greece Euro 2004. I'll liken it to that. I think, of course, with Turkey, comparing it to Greece isn't the best, so my Turkish fans forgive me, but yeah, we will be like Greece in Euro 2004. We'll just it won't be the best game. It will be a war of attrition almost. It will be sort of, if we get 1-0 in front, I back us to win. If we're 1-0 down, it's a bit sticky. But
okay. Actually, hold on 1 second. Just 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Oh yeah, I just had to just answer a thing, a doorman. So, is there a plan B? Let's say you're 1-0 down. So I want to see what it is. Let's say you're 1-0 down and you now have to chase the game. What do you think a plan B is going to be?
Okay, so in Euro 2020 qualifying campaign, we scored 18 goals and 8 of them were from set pieces. Now, that is something we sort of are very good at. We've got a dead ball specialist, one of the best in the world, I think, in Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who can pick out anyone. And we've got a huge team. I think we probably have one of the biggest teams in the tournament. And I think for us, that's going to be a big, big weapon, especially as an attacking threat. We rely heavily. One of the weaknesses, I'd say, is for goals, we rely heavily on Burak Yilmaz. If we're going to score goals, it's going to come through Burak Yilmaz. And it's sort of, I mean, he scored 16 in his last 27 for Lille. Arguably, he's one of the hottest strikers in the world at the moment. I mean, it's not just the goals, it's the sort of importance of the goals. He scored winners. For example, for Lille against Lyon, they were 2-1 down. He comes on and he wins them that game 3-2 with both his goals. So ultimately,
so basically, he's like super clutch.
Yeah. I mean, not only for Lille, for Turkey, he will be super clutch. And we're not going to be a high-scoring team, but that's why I think we're one of the favourites. We're not going to play football, HH. We're not going to come out and be this team that everyone likes. It's probably going to be quite boring for people watching it, but it's going to be tactically. If you're a tactics fan, you're going to love watching Turkey. And ultimately, that's why, as I said again, we'll be one of the favourites, because I don't think a lot of teams are happy to give the ball to the opposition. And I think a lot of teams will find it hard to break down teams. I say, for example, I don't think there's a lot of good defences in the Euros this year, HH. I think Belgium you can get at them as good as you can get. I think France, they might have the names in Varane and Kimpembe, for example, but they make mistakes. And
I think, no. I mean, and I think because look, who won the Europa League? Villarreal.
Villarreal, yes.
Look at how pragmatic
Exactly.
they were. Who won the Champions League? Chelsea.
Yeah,
Look at how
exactly.
pragmatic they are. So I think, hence why I think that pragmatism is coming back.
Yeah.
And teams who now sit back, defensively strong, and now know how to break and now be clinical, I think are now going to be most effective. So if this is the tactic that Turkey are doing, and we're living in a world that we don't have those many individual talents, we don't have that many dribblers, I think Turkey could be problematic. If they say, give you the possession, you break us down, and we're just going to counter you.
Yeah. I mean, HH, we've done it against France. I mean, this was 1 or 2 years ago. They're coming fresh off a World Cup win, and they had a very talented team out, and we didn't let them have a shot on target, which is very impressive in my standards. If you remember France at the World Cup, they were the ones ceding possession. They were comfortable sitting on the counter against the Belgians and hitting teams on the counter. Then they can't do that. There's not going to be any space for Mbappe to go into.
No, which is what I think. Like teams that have possession, might struggle against teams that want to give you possession, who are now good at countering. So now let's actually look, because I was just doing. So let's look right now as far as they can go. So let me bring up the group. So I was just doing a bit of research in the background. So Group A. So Switzerland, Italy, and Wales. Again, for me, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in that group game. I think that's going to be a draw. Then it's going to be about Wales and Switzerland. I think Wales, you should be able to beat them. Switzerland, I think that's going to be a bit tougher. But here's the thing, though. So the winner of Group A faces the runner-up in Group C.
Yes.
The runner-up in Group A faces the runner-up in Group B. I'm going to go out on a limb that Turkey are going to finish either first or second. So the Group B group is Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia. And the Group C group is Austria, Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Ukraine. So if you were to win Group A, it's most likely it's going to be a game against Denmark.
Yes.
You know, obviously, if you now go run up in Group A, then Group C could beat any of those teams. So how far do you think Turkey can go? How far do you think they can go overall?
I think we should get out the group stages, but I think it's people are talking about the France, Portugal, and Germany group as the group of death. But I think it's a very tight group. I think Italy should top it, but you never know. Switzerland have a lot of talented players. They have likes of Shaqiri, Rodriguez from AC Milan. They've got Akanji, Embolo. It's not a just a rubbish team. And Wales, they should finish last. But if Gareth Bale turns up, HH, if he turns up, what can you do?
Is his beast mode still there? I don't know, man. I've got a question about beast mode, man. I've got a question about beast mode.
But I'm not gonna jinx anything. I'm not gonna play anyone down, because then I'll just come back and they beat us 3-0. But yeah, I think we can get second, and in that case, I think we will be facing a Denmark who will come second in group.
Okay. So if you're saying second, so you're saying that. So are you saying you draw against Italy and you beat Wales and Switzerland, and then Italy go ahead of? I mean, how are you doing the math with regards to you coming second?
So what's really interesting is, I think we do draw to Italy and Rome. I think it's a 1-1. That's my prediction. And something really interesting about this group, which I don't think a lot of people have touched on, is where the games are played. Now, we play Switzerland and Wales in Azerbaijan. We play them both in Azerbaijan, in Baku. Now, historically, Azerbaijan and Turkey are very strong cultural and historic ties. So, and they have a 50% capacity stadium. So they'll be hosting 40,000 fans in there. So it's going to be 2 home games against Wales and Switzerland, essentially. So I'm saying we beat both of them. I say we come out of this group on 6 points, on 7 points, sorry. And I think Italy, they beat Wales and Switzerland with more goals than us. So I think Italy top the group, and I think we come second.
So, but you have not answered me. How far do Turkey go?
I think I've done the maths. I've done the sort of Euro predictor thing. If we come second, we face a Denmark, I believe. If they also come second in their group, and I think we do have the minerals to beat Denmark. And then, from what I remember, we have Germany in the next round, in the quarters. If you face Germany, I really fancy our chances against Germany, HH. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think we get to semis, semi-finals minimum.
Semis minimum, man. All right. So look,
Minimum.
man. No, look. I mean, when you just, I think breaking this down and so forth, and seeing where football is going, and seeing how defensive teams and teams who sit back are able to counter, I think Turkey are going to be a threat. I think they're going to be stressed. I think what's going to be very important is Yilmaz doesn't get injured. I think if Yilmaz can keep fit, he doesn't get injured. I think Turkey could be very difficult to beat, man. But whatever the case may be, good luck for Friday. Hopefully, maybe we'll see you an hour before kickoff to do like a lineup preview.
Yeah.
And then, but Anusha, thank you so much for the thing. So, guys, remember, guys, click the link below to join the Euro 2020 Fantasy League. Deadline is June 11th, but guys, peace out, stay true, stay real, peace. Don't forget to click the link in the description box below to join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. Let's ride.